Hello, everybody. You're listening to Friendly Advice. I'm your host, Alfred. Friendly Advice is brought to you by the company Alfred and Friends. To find out more about how you can invest in any one of the subsidiary companies of Alfred and Friends, or to check out our numerous products and services, simply go to alfredandfriends.com. For this broadcast, I would like to give some friendly advice to Greta Thunberg. Now this is just for Greta. What I would like to tell you is that, there is a lot of things you have to learn about the world, and you're not doing yourself a great service. You cannot keep being fed information from one side. You have to listen to both sides. You cannot listen to just one side of the argument. You have to listen to both sides and understand why people feel a certain way. When you propose a solution, why do the people who rise up against it, why are they against it? If your solution is truly good for the world, for the good of the world, why are these people against it? Are they trying to destroy the world? Or is it that they see something that you do not see? Or perhaps there's something they do not understand that you could clarify? There are many sides to this. Right now, you keep on giving presentations and speeches where you often say you are not an expert. That is true. However, you are being put in a position of an expert. You are being used for conferences and all kinds of world events to give speeches. Like if your opinion is the opinion of the leading experts in the area of global warming, you need to back yourself up with the knowledge, because think about this reality. A lot of the people that you are following, and a lot of the people who are on that global warming wave, all their predictions of when things will go awry has all been wrong. Every prediction of the time that they have set that things will go so bad, irretrievably bad, or the ice caps will melt, or this country will be underwater because of global warming, all those predictions have been wrong. Why would you now want to be the face of such people? And you, by now, should be smart enough to know that you are being used. In your mind, you may say you are being used for good, but that is not so. The mere fact that people are using you and the illusion of your age, which is not what it used to be, you cannot be moving around acting like if you are still a child. Your age is changing. And in addition to that, you are missing out on school and you are missing out on learning. There is so much that is basically being robbed from you. What you are doing, yes, you may be popular, yes, you may be doing something that most people who, after they graduate from school, they do. But it is not about the school itself, but it's about this period of time where you should be acquiring knowledge in great bounds about different things, on how the world works. You are not being in a position where you can grow in that knowledge. Let us say that people stop being interested in all this climate change, whatever that you are doing. Or let's say they stop using you and they now use somebody else who is young, a different child, or it now becomes advantageous that somebody else is attracting more viewership and all of that. And the people who are backing you up and are sponsoring all this, your projects, no longer do it because people are no longer interested in hearing from you. What are you going to do then with your life? You have not made any investment in your life because you have chosen to drop out of school at the high school stage and to be touring the world and complaining about global warming that you did not even stay in school long enough to have a good understanding of geography to begin with. So there are so many things that are wrong with that. My advice for you is that you need to take a break, and focus on learning and growing and what you will do, with your life. Have something, that will have substance beyond this climate change hysteria. Because if the climate change hysteria, if that is separated from you, who are you and what do you have? What are you going to do? It is basically all that you have created for yourself, for you to have, because certain people want to take advantage of whatever fame and whatever mission they think that is accomplishing. In their mind, it is for the good of the world. But you have to think beyond that. And I said, also listen to the other side of the argument and why people are not with you on that same page of climate change and all the climate change hysteria. When you wake up one morning and then you tell everybody that people should stop using airplanes, people should stop using cars, think about what you are saying. That all these things will help the environment. You want people to stop using energy that is produced by fossil fuels. So you want people to start living in the dark ages and be using candle lights in the name of global warming. Think about the things that you are saying and the things that you are promoting. Do you live your life that way? You see, are you not on the internet? The servers and the internet service companies, what energy do you think they are using to run? Is it solar energy? No, it is not. Is it wind turbine and all of that? No. So you yourself, you have to understand this. You go to places with cars. Last time you went to give a speech on a solar boat, and the engineers who helped you with the boat went back on a plane. So what point were you making? That people should stop using planes and then use solar boats. And the funny thing is that now more fuel was burnt. So it is this hypocrisy that makes things worse. And thanks to that stunt, if you are counting carbon footprints, the carbon footprint was larger thanks to that stunt that was pulled. And imagine if life-changing pharmaceuticals were being taken from one country to another. Is it via solar boats that they will use? And if they are using solar boats, what happens when they meet a serious storm? They will say, no, let us not use any other form of travel. Thank God we did not use an aeroplane. Let us all die here in the sea in the name of being eco-friendly. Think about the kind of things you are saying. What you are actually proposing is going to cost more lives and kill more people than any so-called climate change. You see, so you need to think about things and, look at the other side. Read beyond just the books that you are being given and the scripts that you are being given to read. Ever since you have never made any intelligent arguments on global warming. All you give is emotional written speeches that are actually poorly delivered and become memes on the internet. So think about that. That's it for this broadcast. If you are listening to this broadcast and you've not given your life to Jesus Christ, I would like you to go to alfredandfriends.com and click on the salvation prayer link in the main menu. When you do that, the page will come out that has a prayer of salvation. Say that prayer and give your life to Jesus Christ. God bless you.